All right, so hello everyone. Welcome if you are new to the channel. Welcome back if you love me. I love you too. We are doing divine counterparts for March. Okay, you can call them whatever you want to call them. You can call them divine counterparts, you can call them twin flames, sacred soulmates, forever person. We are getting into the energies for you. Take it how it resonates. All right, if it's not something you feel fits you and your energy, your situation, then don't force it to fit. Okay. I will say male or female if I mean a gendered individual. But otherwise, if I'm saying masculine and feminine, it is not gender, it is energy dominant. Okay, energy dominant. We are going to get right into it. So, Spirit, please. What is going on? This is my Mirror of the Soul Tarot, by the way. What is going on with the divine masculine energy? The divine masculine energy within the self, the divine masculine counterpart. What is going on with the masculine? Now, the masculine aspect within the self is the yang energy. It is our willpower, our shot calling aspect. It is what we think about. It is what we choose, okay? It is action oriented, thought oriented. What is going on inside the masculine mind, the masculine counterpart? What insight can you give us, please, Spirit, for March? What information, what insight can you give us into the masculine, please? What was that card that hopped? Ace of Pentacles hopped. All right, we'll see if it comes back out. Maybe they're thinking about it. Maybe they're thinking about a new beginning and a fresh slate. All right, let's see. What is going on with the masculine headspace, right? What is going on with the masculine counterpart? Big time transformation. Death card is the first card out. Death card is the first card out. All right. What else? The Hanged Man. Piscean energy. So we got Scorpionic energy, Piscean energy. Out for the masculine so far. What else? Give me one more. And the Two of Cups. All right, so the masculine counterpart slash aspect of the self is definitely going through a major transformation when it comes to love and seeing things differently. Partners that make them feel good versus make sense. Because it's definitely heart over head. So, I mean, masculine energy has heart over head with the Hanged Man. Okay, for sure. And I feel like with this Death card, the Scythe is getting ready to truly cut all of the cords off. A lot of cord cutting taking place with soulmates that probably no longer need to be in the experience. Clarifies, please. Clarify the Death card. We've got the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. Clarify the Hanged Man, please. Got the 7 of Swords. Give me one more. And the 2 of Coin. And clarify the 2 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Swords. Digress to progress with the 6 of Cups and the Princess of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the 8 of Cups. top of the deck is the 6 of coin. So we've got lots of 6s. Lots of 6s. All right. Right now, the biggest challenge for the masculine is getting away from people connected to them from past lives that they have apparently unfinished business with, that lie and are very immature, that take from them or use them or feel owed a debt. They feel entitled. Okay, so masculine counterpart may be cutting cords with people from past lives that had debts unresolved, that have been taking from them, lying to them, using them for a while, and they're just really immature energies. Soulmates that argue with them, lie to them, might gaslight them, might start fights with them, may be aggressive and combative with the 5 of Wands, causing a lot of strife. It's pain. It's Saturn Leo energy. They're learning to detach, right? Moon and Aqua energy with the 7 of Swords. They may be dealing with a Gemini getting cut off, or dealing with the transformation of their own Gemini and energy, because we have Sun and Gemini here. Might be significant if they have Venusian Leo placements or Cancerian Saturn placements, Leo Venus, Cancer Venus, like Saturn and Venus and Cancer and Leo. Definitely could have strong Gemini energy. The people getting cut off maybe triggering those energies. They might have pain bodies, pain placements in those signs, dealing with the masculine counterpart. Double Aquarian energy. Double Scorpionic energy. I'm feeling like with the masculine or the mind, right? Thinking about cutting off what is essentially treacherous people. It's treachery. They cause pain, stress, anxiety. They're unpredictable or volatile, chaotic. They may be the kind of person that when they want to get their point across, they get a bunch of people behind them to get that point across, like pack mentality or group mind, where they will get multiple people to tell you that you're wrong. Even if you're not wrong, they'll just get a bunch of people on their side. They'll be convincing so that you're being attacked by multiple people, like they're backing you into a corner to betray yourself. They stack people up against you. The beauty of what the masculine is going through, right? The value in all of this is that seeing what doesn't feel good, feeling what doesn't feel good, and witnessing this experience, helping them see how they've betrayed themselves, sticking around in this sufferable energy, and moving forward allows them to choose what is essentially harmonious change to get out of this cycle. Someone in their reality, masculine counterpart might even be spying on them, or like checking their phone, like doing all kinds of shit. If they're in a dynamic with someone else, like they could have someone who is literally spying in their phone, spying in their email, spying in their messenger, like spying. this is really toxic. And I feel like the masculine counterpart is working on moving forward into something successful. They're thinking about success, and that requires them to move forward from what is unfulfilling. All right, with the top and bottom of the deck, the 6 of coin and the 8 of cups. They want something more reciprocal. They want something more giving. They want something more considerate of them. Something more fulfilling. All right, let's see what is going on with the feminine. The feminine is the heart space. It is the intuition. It is the yin. All right, the receptive energy within the self. It is what we receive in our feelings about the experience, right? So the masculine is receiving suffering with the choices that it's making, right? The choices of the mind is receiving suffering. So the divine feminine aspect of the self, what is actually being felt, like I said, the yin energy, the receptive energy, this is the emotions. It is what we feel about. It is what drives our choices, okay? It is what drives our choices, or at least should not be ignored when making choices, right? It is the intuitive aspect of the self. It's the gut sensing. It's what tells you red flag, warning, you know? So this is the divine feminine aspect of the self and the divine feminine counterpart. What is going on with the divine feminine aspect of the self? We've got the 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. They're definitely money-minded, money-focused, okay? Lord of material gain, Lord of material work. This feminine counterpart is definitely fucking single and working. Single and working. Virgo and Capricorn energy, Mars energy, Venus energy. They are head, heart aligned with work. What else? Seven of Pentacles. So all Pentacles. 19 altogether, which is some sunshine energy. I think that the feminine is refusing to be unsuccessful because the Lord of Success unfulfilled, I feel like they're working towards a goal. But it's taking time because it's Saturn in Taurus. It's slow and steady coming. But they're working on it. There's something they want that they don't have yet, materially speaking. They're focused. Something that's authentic for them. Something they're contracted to achieve. Really, there's not a single pentacle on the masculine side. Lots of swords. But we've got 3 pentacles to start for the feminine. So the heart wants, the heart, even of the masculine counterpart, wants more financial stability. They might want teamwork with the 3 of coins, and they're not getting it. Okay, and they're not getting it if that's the case. They may want someone to be more independent and less codependent if they're in a dynamic. We've got the Judgment card clarifying. The Ace of Wands. What else? The 8 of Pentacles. Really more Pentacles. Give me 3 more. Clarify each one more time, please. For the feminine. That's a lot more. Am I taking them? Yeah, the feminine energy is like, fuck burden. They're all kinds of fire. 10 of Wands, King of Wands, they want nothing to do with feeling oppressed. They don't want to be restricted. They have long-term goals. They're changing fortune. They're following their feel-goods. Wheel of Fortune and the Hanged Man. Okay, that also came out. Which puts the Emperor on bottom and that Hanged Man on top. The biggest challenge for the heart space, for the feminine counterpart, it's not even really a challenge, but if we're going to call it a challenge, the 9 of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands and the 7 of Wands, right, one of the crossing energies, is feeling inspired to continue to fight for the self, because it's just the self. It's single energy, right? So they're doing it for them. And that's the challenge, because it's easy to do things for people that you love. It's easy to be motivated for people that you love, to accomplish things when you love someone. It's different when you're forced to accomplish things for yourself by yourself. Okay. To stay motivated is a task. Because they're not doing it for anybody else. They're doing it for them. The other challenge or crossing energy is the 7 of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands and the High Priestess. They intuitively know, per potentially Akashic history, like they have a sensing that this is something that they've needed to achieve in past lives. That they didn't necessarily hit the mark on it in past lives. Which is why they're going after it now. They're on task now. They already know they're being called in this independent state, right? They're already being called to an independent state. If they're in a dynamic with someone, they're being called to be independent. It's something they have to do for them. They're contracted, right, via inspiration with the Ace of Wands to ignite what is essentially their own magic. This is their ability to manifest, their ability to create, sparking their own masculine energy into action. Aligned action, right? The Ace of Wands is alignment, which, to be fair, is highly attractive. So even if the divine feminine counterpart is single, they may be having to cut off or keep potential third parties or soulmates from past lives at bay because they don't owe them shit. Realistically speaking, they don't owe them shit. That lifetime is over. They don't owe them a debt. That lifetime ended. They got a clean slate when they came into this life. Divine feminine counterpart may having a very difficult time seeing through what is potentially deceitful or manipulative energies, trying to get them off course. But they already know this. They're standing up for themselves. They already know this. Right? The Emperor on the bottom, the feminine, is in their masculine energy. They're choosing an alignment with what feels good, right? Emperor, Hanged Man. The feminine is in alignment, choosing what feels good. They're definitely working on standing up for themselves, because that is what was unfulfilled. 8 of Pentacles is due diligence. Taking the steps, putting in the work to defend the self. To stand up for the self, and what the self wants to manifest, right? Being the ruler or the emperor of their life. They're the shot caller. They're not letting anybody in that would take them off whatever they need to fulfill this lifetime. So from the masculine perspective, like this being their heart space is in alignment. Their intuition is in alignment. They're feeling quite accurately that the need to cut off soulmates from the past that are toxic, lying, deceiving, using, being combative with them, like they know they got to cut them off. This is something that the masculine counterpart hasn't done, defending themselves against treacherous soulmates. Karmic third parties, right? The heart space wants independence and freedom and stability. They just want to work. They just want to work. They want to earn. They want to create. They want a passion for life. They want to do what they're doing because they want to do it, not because they have to do it for someone else. It's achievement, right? It's a different kind of achievement. It's one thing when you achieve something wonderful for someone else, but it's a different kind of achievement when you achieve it for yourself. It's like working your butt off and finally buying your dream car. Like you didn't buy the dream car for someone else. You bought it for yourself. It's a different kind of achievement. Let's pull. Do I really want to get into the Healing Light Tarot? Oh, God. All right, Spirit. Healing Light Tarot. Let's get some insight into the reality that the masculine and feminine counterparts are mirroring with each other. What is the mirror with the counterparts right now? That if one heals it, it by default will start to heal in the other because they cannot be separate in their alignment, right? They're vibrationally attached to each other, two bodies, same soul. So when one elevates, the other typically elevates with them by default. So what is the mirror right now that you, the viewer, can work on within yourself in order to raise the vibration of your divine counterpart connection? All right, what is the reality of the mirror? What do you need to know about the reality of the mirror with your divine counterpart, your forever person? What do you need to know? What insight into the mirror can you give us, please, Spirit? We've got the Four of Swords, the King of Pentacles. What else? The masculine may be working themselves to death. Whether it's the masculine counterpart or the feminine, they may be working themselves into oblivion because the Four of Swords shows both a masculine and feminine tomb. And the King of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. That's work, 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 work. They may be working themselves into oblivion. So the independent feminine might be working really fucking hard on her own to achieve a goal that is taking a very long time to achieve because she's doing it by herself. The masculine counterpart may be working themselves to death for counterparts that are taking from them, deceiving them, working themselves into the ground to appease an unappeasable thirst for money, okay? They might be working themselves to death for other people, right? Because if the feminine is working for themselves, the counterpart, then the masculine would have to integrate that. working for themselves and not other people. They might be working themselves to death for other people. Where the feminine would benefit from having someone who is actually in partnership with them and working with them, right, to help support them through the process. They would benefit being motivated by someone else. They would benefit being motivated to earn or work with the masculine counterpart, right? Because it's difficult to stay motivated for the self. It would be much easier to do what they're doing, working their fucking ass off, if they were doing it with a goal aligned with their masculine. All of a sudden, I'm smelling like gas, like propane. I just got a weird smell of propane. There's no propane around me. It smells like propane. Whatever Claire smell is. Here we got the Sun card. What else? This Sun is a feminine energy. It's being the light. It lights the shadow and the darkness of others. So they're both doing that right now. The masculine counterpart is being a light in the lives of the shadows of these other third-party past people. And the feminine is doing the same, turning down or fighting off outside people from forming contracts with them. I feel like if the feminine counterpart were to actually be intimate with someone else, they may manifest a pregnancy, which would be contractual, right? Three of Coins, Ace of Wands, the Magician. It would be manipulative. I think the feminine is celibate. Okay. The feminine is celibate. And to be fair, the masculine counterpart may not want to be intimate with people for a while, especially if there are children involved in the connection of these cords with other people, because the Sun can sometimes indicate a child. They may not want to get involved in a dynamic where intimacy is required. That goes for both counterparts. They might not actually want to bring physical intimacy into the equation, even if they're together, working together, helping each other. Like, they might want to keep the physical aspect out of it. We have the King of Cups because they don't want their emotions to become unstable. Having sex and intimacy can get the emotions involved, and the emotions can cause problems. So they're more likely to not want to be intimate because they'd rather stay focused, right? Both feminine and masculine are driven to be focused and achieve goals. Like, they don't actually want to be emotionally wrapped up in anybody right now. They don't want to be emotionally wrapped up in anybody right now. They want to focus on goals. They want to focus on money. They want to focus on stability. They want to focus on achievement. They want to focus on life experience. They don't want to deal with what is essentially a mess. They want the emotions out of it. Six of Swords. Forward movement. And the Tower. Tower is divine intervention. The 1 and the 6 of the 16 is a 7, and 7 is divine miracle and divine intervention. So if the divine counterparts are in alignment, if they're in alignment And they both want to focus on work. They don't want to get their emotions involved. They want to achieve goals. They want to continue to move forward and make progress. They want to be authentic. They don't want to be limited or controlled by outside people. They don't want their life dictated by outside people. They don't want their hard work to be for nothing. I think if both of these people are on the same page, they could get along and live very comfortably as roommates for a very long time. Talk about best friend and confidant and soul. Meeting each other as equal achievers. Clarities on these, please. Clarify the Four of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the Sun, the King of Cups reverse, the Six of Swords, and the Tower. Yeah, if the emotions aren't all involved, if there's not emotional expectations, romantic expectations, and it's fucking like business partners, not romantic partners, but business partners, I actually think this would work out really well. Not that you would actually go into business together, but that their dynamic is more like a business relationship than it is a romantic one. Like, you have goals, I have goals. They're the same goals. Let's work our asses off together to achieve the goals twice as fast. You know what I mean? The Four of Swords is clarified by the Three of Swords. Yeah, I think they're fucking done working to death. I think it's painful. Working to death, it's heartbreaking because there's not enough time to do everything that you want. You're working extra. You're putting in extra. You're tired. It's extra stress when you're doing it all by yourself. Right? Masculine counterpart, feminine counterpart. It is stressful when you're putting in a ton of work and it's all on you and no one's helping you and everybody just wants to take from you, you know? Nobody wants to make it easier. Clarify the King of Pentacles, please. The World card. I feel like this is ending ancestral karma. The World, the feminine energy is actually standing on top of a tree. And these two circular lights, they look kind of like suns, are in union. Like, they're both still individuals, but they share common ground. They share common goals. They're defying ancestral karma. This is what both counterparts want. They don't want to be like their parents. They don't want to relive their parents' nightmare. They don't want to do it. They want something different, something that they haven't seen before, something they haven't witnessed before. The Ace of Cups, the Sun and the Ace of Cups. These two connect with each other. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be crazy overflow if they're on the same page. They're going to be on the same page. The universe is going to start overflowing the fuck out of blessings and all kinds of shit with this. Divine counterparts on the same page. Keeping the emotions, the yearning, the longing, the obsessed, energy out of it. And like, yo, you got me, I got you, all right. Word, like, in. All in. We're both focused, all in. Clarify the King of Cups in the reverse. Justice. Justice. It ends the karma. It lightens the soul. Right? The whole point of the scales is to weigh the soul up against a feather and to have the soul be light as a feather, lighter than a feather. When you get the emotions involved, when you can be hurt by someone, when someone has expectations on them because of emotions. When the heart space gets hurt, when the emotions get hurt, it becomes painful, and the painful energy is actually what weighs heavy on the soul. We do things we regret. We do things that cause us grief. We take on suffering that we feel that we need to get revenge for, right? Past life connections that have come back into this life to collect debts. When that lifetime's over, you know, it becomes heavy and we reincarnate here. I think keeping the emotions out of it, like, yeah, you can care about them. Yeah, you can love them, but to be affected emotionally by them, no. The emotions have to stay out of it. And I think that creates balanced scales, that the heart would actually end up as light as a feather, that the soul would end up as light as a feather. That there's no regrets that way. There's no pain that way. There's no heaviness that way. Your emotions are for you to feel through the experience. I was saying this earlier in a reading, one of the different zodiacs. Like, your emotions are only for you to register whether or not an experience is in alignment or not. If it feels like shit, it's not in alignment. If it feels good, it's in alignment. Your emotions are for you and you only. If your emotions don't feel good, it's not on someone else to fix. It's on you to fix. And so if you are in a situation where your emotions cannot be affected or hurt by the other person because you've taken emotions out of it, and you're both achieving, it feels good, that's alignment. Clarify the Six of Swords. The Nine of Wands, moving forward, giving it one more try. This is strength. The Nine of Wands is sometimes considered a strength card. I know it is in the Hermetic Tarot. It's considered strength, the Lord of Strength. This is knowing you've been through a lot. You've lost battles. You've been wounded, and still picking up those weights and holding them high. Like, you've got more fight left in you. You're not dead yet. You haven't given up yet. You can move forward and be really fucking strong. I think this is worth one more shot. That was too many. The Tower, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm telling you right now, you move forward with your divine counterpart, your forever person, and you keep emotions out of it, that you're sovereign and they can't hurt you. And you wouldn't hurt them because you have a business agreement. And so long as you honor the agreement of the business, right? The business that you have with each other, I think you're going to have a revelation about what fortune is. I think you're going to have a revelation about what blessing is. I think you're going to have a revelation about what compassion and mercy is, not just for the self, but from others, and how they happen simultaneously. I think this is like poetry. I think this is beautifully written like poetry. If you're watching this and you don't want your emotions involved, but you know that you and your counterpart are both fucking workhorses and can do it and achieve goals and be what is essentially best friends, divine trust in each other, one would not hurt or betray the other because they've been through enough. They've been through enough. Liars, takers, deceivers, users, cheaters, you name it. Like, they've been through enough. The Knight of Swords is on bottom. The Nine of Coins is on top. Judgment. This is a call to communicate. To extend a cup of love the Knight of Wands. They're all facing this, the Nine of Coins. So the masculine might want to reach out to the feminine and take a leap of faith that they don't miss this opportunity. Otherwise, I think it's going to get more difficult, to be fair. Looking at the bottom of the deck, it's going to get more difficult. More lies, more burdens, more anxiety, more trapped in the mind. Like, you can stay stuck in suffering. Or you can legit go be sovereign with your feminine counterpart. Because the feminine is in their masculine energy. They're already doing it. They're already in alignment, right? Doing what feels good. Emperor, Hanged Man. The feminine's already in alignment. It's the masculine counterpart that needs to cut the third parties off and join the feminine in an equal energy where they are sovereign and allowing themselves to do what feels good. Because they really need a break. They really need a break from emotions. They really need a break from stress and pain. What they really need is someone that they can depend on, someone who is a light in their life, someone who overflows with them, someone who doesn't hold expectations, romantic expectations. They need a fucking friend. They need a fucking friend who doesn't just want to take advantage of them or get in their pants or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, they want someone dependable, reliable, mature. Focused. And that is the message. That's March. That's March. My best advice, follow your feel-goods. If it doesn't feel good, if it's stressing you out, if it's draining you, if it's causing you anxiety, if you feel like you're all alone, like, remember you're not alone. Remember your divine counterpart's going through the same thing, and they are more than willing to keep emotions out of it and to just simply be supportive. They're willing to keep expectations out of it because they trust you're already in alignment if you're together. Yeah. All right, guys. I love y'all, and I'll see you next time. Take care.